process, so long as the basics have been taken care of, especially in cases of emergencies.
Okay.
We are in a case of emergency, so the long and short of it is that some of them, yes, we through the exemption route.
Okay.
But we're cleared by us as BoMRA.
All right. Maybe let's also just clear the air. Confirmation from your end. With this consignment, a lot of people did just say, and therefore the quality is tampered with. Maybe just to reassure the nation. Did it get affected? Did you go and check it also? Melemo ya teng e santse le mo seemong se se itekanetseng.
Thank you, Haone. So the due diligence by us as the regulator does not stop or end when the consignment reaches the country. It continues, and it is still continuing even now with a process with the consignment verification. And it will even go beyond the consignment verification, where we talk about now vigilance once the products are in the market. So, we are still working on it, and we will continue monitoring the consignment or the products in the market to ensure that the public is protected. Consignment certain things, like the packaging, in there, the data loggers, they the temperature, the monitor temperature while the consignment is on transit from the exported country into the destination country. And those are some of the things they are during the consignment verification, which is an exercise that is still ongoing on our end.
Okay. All right. Now, I want to understand whether it matters to BoMRA, rather, when it approves important drugs to obviously determine where the drugs are coming from. This is an issue of manufacturers as well, because we are seeing another conversation surface that Dubai are not manufacturers of this. They are middlemen, just like Botswana, the ones that are said to be reported to be rejected. Do you have manufacturing companies that are red flagged or maybe blacklisted rather? And who are these ones that you got the medicine from in Dubai?
Yes, I think actually when we say registered, by registration, actually it means that a manufacturer is specified of that particular product, even the site of manufacturing, because one manufacturer can have different sites of manufacturing. So yes, there is that verification. That is why when we say the route of exemption, it does not exempt the requirements. They are the minimum requirements that are set, where documentation of this product is submitted prior to importation, where you actually evaluate and look into who is the actual manufacturer. Have the certificate of analysis, the good manufacturing practices certificate that, as Ricky talked about earlier, we look into those things. And I need to highlight one thing, that paramount to that, we look at where else are these products registered. And in most cases, it gives a little bit of comfort, because there is generally globally, when it comes to the regulation of medicine, there is something that we call reliance also, where you can rely on a decision that has been made by a regulator in Europe, because they are more competent than yourself. And then those are some of the contributors to come into a decision. So yes, the long and short of answer of it is yes. We have looked at those to ensure that they were manufactured in proper pharmaceutical settings, and that is based on the documentation that we have received prior to the shipment of this product.
Are they manufactured in Dubai?
No, they are manufactured across the world. There is India, there is Cyprus, there is Germany as well. So I think, and Belgium as well. Yeah. So they are manufactured from different country, but the maybe in Dubai, Dubai is the aggregator.
Okay, more like the middleman.
Look, middleman, I cannot get into because when you talk middleman, those are trade agreements and what have you. Remember, BoMRA is the regulator. We are looking at the side. So as to the middleman, yes, but when we look at the document, whether it's middleman or the manufacturer himself, as we are looking at who is the manufacturer of this product, do we have the documents for the manufacturer?
Okay. I would like for you to just stay online for me. I have got news headlines coming at the bottom of the hour. I will give you time on the other side so that we can wrap up this conversation nicely. Also, just to speak on, safeguarding on the other side. Thank you so much once again, Israel Khosidile, as well as Me Zukiswa Raditladi, for speaking with us. They're not alone. It's a trio, actually, as well as Mr. Batusi Khosi Itzile, who is the product evaluation and registration, all from BoMRA, just to speak to the consignment which we received on Saturday morning at 6 a.m. because it's cost a lot of opinion, really, and sometimes we don't know what is right and what is wrong, so we're just hearing it from the horse's mouth. Information on the other side.
Thank you.
Power to engage your world is on 97.8 FM.
A wow deal for kids at Pep. What's not to love? Get them ready for anything with 100% cotton character tees from just $54.99 Bula, and it gets better. Buy any 2 character tees or vests 2 to 7 years. You can save a whopping $30. Big savings for your big characters, valid until the 23rd of September 2025. Life's better with Pep.
Guard against dry skin this winter with Vaseline. Clinically proven to moisturize deeply, it restores dry, flaky skin, leaving it soft, smooth, and healthy. So this winter, don't just moisturize. Heal with the deep care of Vaseline. Try our dry skin repair, Cocoa Glow, or Argan Oil today to feel the difference. Your journey to beautiful, healthy skin starts with Vaseline.
Get ready, Botswana. Sputnik Africa is hitting Gabs FM. Every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m., Gabs FM becomes your go-to spot for alternative views that are way beyond mainstream. Deep dives into what's really shaping the world, exclusive convos with top-tier leaders, and vibey culture drops from arts to beats to trends. Tune in, turn up, and join the chat. Hashtag Sputnik Africa Vibes coming right up.
At Kalahari Training Institute, they don't just deliver courses, they deliver Impact BQA registered education and a training provider, offering HRDC approved non-credit bearing short courses, and proudly part of CA&S Group as the premier provider of quality education and training. They offer flexible practical short courses in leadership, customer experience, workplace health and safety, and so much more. If you want to learn more, you can email training@kti.co.bw or call 311-4858 or WhatsApp +26772 678 or find them at Commerce Park portion 867 from Forest Hill opposite Kali Hill in Gaborone. And don't forget they're also on Facebook and LinkedIn at Kalahari Training Institute, learning together, achieving together.
Power to engage your world is on 91.0 FM. Bringing the world closer to you. On air, online, on your mobile. This is Gabs FM News.
Stories making headlines this hour. BDC operates without borders. Government procures medicines from Dubai, and Malawi votes tomorrow amid fuel queues and economic strain. Catch full details to these stories and more at 9.
Gabs FM weather.
Today, weather conditions are expected to be partly cloudy and very hot in Maungasane and surrounding areas. Khansi, Francistown and surrounding areas will be fair and hot. Gaborone and surrounding areas will be fine and warm, while Tabong, Silibe Pigwe, and surrounding areas will be fine and hot. Maximum temperatures expected today. Maung highs will be at 37 degrees Celsius. Kasane also 37 degrees Celsius. Francistown and Pigwe 34. Gaborone 32. Tabong 33. And Khanzi will be at 34 degrees Celsius. Business news up next.
Gabs FM Business is brought to you by Muscom Maizaka. Muscom, number one because of you.
Botswana Stock Exchange listed real estate development and asset management group FAR Property Company has reported a drop in annual profit despite revenue and operating income recording marginal increases. In its audited financial results for the 12 months ended 30 June 2025, the company attributed the profit decline to rising borrowing costs and the drop in its property portfolio value, which went down to 22 million pula from 47 million pula reported in the previous year. Profit for the year fell to 139.9 million pula from 159.4 million pula a year earlier. Heavily backed by retail boss Ramachandran Otapathu, FAR Property, which owns about 173 properties in Botswana and South Africa, mostly warehouses and shopping centers anchored by Choppies, reported its portfolio value at 1.76 billion pula. And now for a look at the Friday market update from the Botswana Stock Exchange. Both the domestic companies index and the foreign companies index closed the previous week unchanged at 10615.45 and 2845.50 points respectively. Market activity saw a total turnover of 178,739 plus 16 tebe with a total of 158,205 securities exchanging hands. The top three traded counters were Lesego, BTCL, and Cresta. Meanwhile, on the ETF board, New Gold closed the previous week trading flat at 491 pula. New Palladium lost 3 pula to end the previous week at 154 pula, while New Platinum also remained flat at 189 pula 20 tebe. And now for a look at how the pula is performing against major global currencies today. One British pound is currently trading at 18 plus 63 tebe. The euro stands at 16 plus 13 tebe. The US dollar is going for 13 plus 75 tebe. The Chinese yuan is trading at 1 plus 91 tebe. And lastly, 1 pula will get you 1 rand 26 cents. And finally, we turn to key economic events to watch for this week. Here's Gabs FM reporter Gilbert Manenye with a snapshot.
For local and international investors on the Botswana Stock Exchange, like always, we will start off our week with a look at new stock recommendations from analysts, while Statistics Botswana will also release the inflation report for the month of August 2025. And tomorrow, the Singapore Minister of Manpower will publish the country's unemployment rate for the 3 months ended June 2025, while on Wednesday, Statistics South Africa will follow with the country's inflation rate for the month of August 2025. On Thursday, still in South Africa, the South African Reserve Bank will update the prime lending rate for the month of September 2025. And lastly, on Friday, the week wraps up with a look at the public sector net borrowing report in the Great Britain, which measures the difference between spending and income for public corporations, the central government, and local governments during the prior month. Stay with us throughout the week as we unpack the numbers right here on Gabs FM Business News. I am Gilbert Manenye.
Remember, you're always up to date with Gabs FM News.
Gabs FM Business was brought to you by Muscom Maizaka. Muscom, number one because of you. Stay in the game with Gabs FM Sports Update, proudly sponsored by Betway. Yet way more, no persons under the age of 21. Bet responsibly. This is Gabs FM Sports Update.
More sports news this morning. We begin in the world of athletics, where Botswana's Lee Epi with a time of 44.44 seconds, Colin Kibinatipi with the season's best time of 44.48 seconds, and Baya Pondori with a time of 44.36 seconds are all through to the semi-finals of the men's 400-meter event at the World Athletics World Championships in Tokyo, Japan. The trio will compete in the semi-finals tomorrow from 2:35 in the afternoon. Now, Lee Epi will line up in the first heat. Colin Kibinasipi will line up in the second heat, while Baya Pondori will look to book himself a place in the final in the third and final semi-final heat. The top two from each heat, plus the two fastest times, will advance. Today for Team Botswana in Tokyo, Cameron Tisang and Victor Ntwing will compete in the men's 400-meter hurdles. Tisang will line up in the third heat, which is scheduled to get underway at 12:51 this afternoon, and Victor Ntwing will be in the following fourth heat, scheduled to get underway from 12:59. Still in athletics news, at the World Championships, Alphonse Felix Simbu snatched gold in the first 4-2 finish at a major championship marathon earlier this morning, edging out German Amanal Petros in a dramatic race to the line to give Tanzania its maiden world title. The 4-2 finish past the diving Petros at the line, closer than the 0.05 second gap between the gold and silver medalists in the men's 100-meter final. Meanwhile, Olympic sprint champion Julian Alfred has withdrawn from the women's 200 meters at the World Championships because of a hamstring strain. The St. Lucian, who won 100-meter gold and silver in the 200 meters in Paris last year, said she had suffered an injury after finishing third in the shorter sprint final yesterday. Alfred was the favorite, having ran the fastest 200-meter time of the year with a scorching 21.71 seconds in London in July. In boxing news, Terence Crawford clinched a unanimous victory over Saul Canelo Alvarez to become the undisputed super middleweight champion in a thrilling contest at the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Crawford has set the pace from the start with a measured display that showcases incredible hand speed and precise footwork as the judges scored the fight 116-112, 115-113 and 115-113 in favor of the American. The victory made Crawford the first male boxer to be crowned an undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes, and with Alvarez and Crawford both having been recognized as the world's top pound-for-pound boxers in the past, the fight always promised to be a boxing masterclass, of which it was. Finally, in football news, Orlando Pirates made history in the MTN 8 with their 4th consecutive title after beating Stellenbosch 3-0 in the final at the Mbombela Stadium in Nelspruit. After 90 minutes of goalless football, Tsapang Moremi opened the scoring in the 92nd minute, and he sealed the win on the 110th minute after Tsogofatso Mabasa had doubled the Buccaneers' advantage 7 minutes earlier. As such, Pirates became the first team to successfully defend the trophy for a 3rd straight year, with Stellenbosch coming up just short in back-to-back seasons. More sports news will follow on Iconic from 2:30 with Ms. G, and on the Late Lunch Show from 4 p.m. with Skilo. Do stay tuned to Gabs FM, power to engage your world.
Stay in the game with Gabs FM Sports Update, proudly sponsored by Betway. Get way more. No persons under the age of 21. Bet responsibly.
Gabs FM is committed to reporting news that is accurate, broadcast comment that is fair, and adhere to the highest standards of journalism. If you think we're not living up to this code, you can forward your complaint to the program's manager at Private Bag, BO 319 Gaborone, or call us at 317-0905, or email info@gabsfm.co.bw, or to the Botswana Communications Regulatory Authority, BoMRA, at Private Bag 00495 Gaborone, or call 395-7755. Breakfast in HD.
Right, welcome back. This is BHD. My name is Khawne, and we are almost at the end of our conversation, really, with our good friends from BoMRA, Botswana Medicines Regulatory Authority, Mr. Israel Khosidile, who is the PR manager. He's not alone. He's with Mezuki Swara Ditladi, Director of Licensing and Enforcement, as well as Mr. Batusi Khosidile, who is Director of Product Evaluation and Registration. This is, following following conversations, or let me just say, following the recent public health emergency declaration by President Dumaboko and questions around the Dubai medical supplies consignment. Now, BoMRA is here to reassure you, the nation, that every product entering Botswana is subjected to the same rigorous checks and oversight. Now, before we, continue our conversation, folks, I'd like to just go to some of our comments that are coming in from our social media accounts as well. Because le Batswana ba na le deposits ba na le tsone akere. Go na le mongwe yo o reng, if Dubai isn't the manufacturer of melemo, why were they not directly procured from the original manufacturer? Is the concern that they remained under the sun at the airport valid? Ke dipotso tse pedi di ntse jalo, o botsa ka kgang ya gore ha e le gore Dubai ga se manufacturer, ke eng le sa ye go reka directly from the manufacturer, and o botsa ka yona kgang ya gone gore the fact that there are people concerned about exposure ya letsatsi, is it valid that they are concerned? And then this one also said, why would rekiwa ko Dubai if they are not manufacturers? Mon go te go rekiswa straight from manufacturers. This means someone is a middleman in Dubai. The very middlemen, they are being eliminated. About a BoMRA is too weak to carry out. Okay, and then this one says, a melemo ile ya tlhatlhobiwa ga e sena na e goroga jaana, kana a melemo e ntse e tsweletse ya tlhatlhobiwa. So tla ke le fe sebaka sa gone gore le ka tsibogela dipotso tse gore Batswana ba di botsa on the sidelines.
Thank you. A quick one. And thank you to the questions from your listeners. We appreciate them. Let me just clarify. BoMRA is not involved in the procurement. BoMRA as a regulator, the mandate is but we can take that.
Okay, I'm struggling to hear you properly, but I guess as we end our conversation, also, we would like to also just to add on some of the questions that were being asked. What is the plan going forward, especially after 21 days of emergency, and also just to understand how long is this consignment going to take?
The plan going forward, for us as a regulator, is we continue with our regulatory oversight. The next phase of regulatory oversight is what is called the post-market surveillance. And this involves us sampling products from the market, taking them for analysis to ensure that the products still retain the quality that they should be conforming to. That the products are still safe and that they are efficacious. And this is something that does not end. It continues until the products have been depleted from the market.
All right. And go na le engwe gape ne buditswe ga ke itse gore le tsibogetse sente ya gone gore Batswana ba is it valid that they are concerned about melemo ka ne ntse ka teng under the sun? Is the concern that they remained under the sun at the airport valid?
Yes, Tony. The concerns are valid because when we talk about good distribution products, practices, you start wondering what but there's issues around offloading. So like you were talking about the time that it takes. So there is always going to be that transit time where a consignment is moving from one vessel to the other. But yes, I think the long and short of it is that one can be concerned if it was to be left in the sun for long.
Okay. And then mongana buditse ka gone gore going forward a melemo yo gale sena le amogela yalo le la e tlhatlhoba, but I think nele kile la khoma beginning of our conversation, but I guess also what is your message to Batswana who may still doubt whether melemo yo are truly safe and effective?
All right. Thank you, Honey. I think re lemogile gore go na le go gone gore re oketse kitso ka dithuto ya rona mo Batswaneng gore ba tlhaloganye sentle di-process tsa rona ka gore tse di dirang ba gongwe re di dira ba sa bone e be le gore ba ka helela ba tsere gore ga reyo mme ke tsa gore yaka re ntse re tlhalosa re ntse re le teng hela throughout the process even before di simolola ebile ra go tswelela ntse re monitora gore di tswelela di dira yang mme go boeleng ke gone gore thuto re lemoga gore tatolosa thuto ya rona mo Batswaneng re ruta ka di-process ebile re gore ba tlhaloganye gore tota go diragalang ga re bua ka oversight ya di-product yaka go ntse gore we will still open our line through the public relations office gore ga go na le mongwe o batlang more information we are available anytime. I want to thank you very much for the opportunity.
All right. Ke a leboga gongwe mo nakong e tlang re tla bua le lona le ka kwano ka go studio re sena mathata a di-network ya kere.
Network, we are more than ready.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, it's just gone 8:50. Please, we apologize for that. We're having some issues with our phone this side, but I think in a nutshell, what they were saying really is that melemo ena ina thathobiwa go tswang kwa ba itse gore ke melemo e leng gore ena le eng mo teng, but otherwise gantsa procurement we will definitely bring the relevant authorities as to, because I do see some of your concerns here, especially ka kganyone ya middleman gore middleman o identify middleman go reka more middleman, but actually in any case Barry, it's actually an aggregator. Go reka through an aggregator, is it cheaper than buying straight from the source? Those are some of the things that can be answered by those who are in charge of the procurement. So it's just gone 8:50.
Power to engage your world is on 96.1 FM.
A quick one. The stage is set to the Botswana Institutional Investors Forum, part of the Botswana Institutional Investors Series 2025, runs from the 17th to the 18th of September 2025 at the Royal Area Convention Center in Tlokweng. You can join us on the dates 18th and 19th in Gaborone, where pension funds, asset managers, policymakers, and investors come together under the theme allocating the alternative asset infrastructure and other key enablers of sustainable growth. You can hear from Botswana's leading voices, including Mr. Joel Ramaphosa, who is the PS in the Ministry of Trade and Entrepreneurship, Mr. Thato Norman, who is the CEO of the Botswana Pension Fund, Metapiwa Masie, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Special Economic Zone, as well as Mr. Bafana Molomo, who is the MD. All right, Alio Capital as well, Mr. Wayne Hiller, who is the Executive Officer, Gauko Hiller van Rensbeck, Institute of Retirement Funds Africa, Dr. Tuto Matlanza of NBFIRA